It's a problem. Y'all got it good. Y'all got it too good.
Hey.
That's why Utah took Apple reviewer from y'all. You guys have had it too good for too long. We needed to stop this.
Okay, well, listen. We can stop what's come before. We're stopping the pool's action now because this time around, it's all top cut action. Top 32, gonna start off with HypestTown versus CrimsonAbe. CrimsonAbe, seed number 5 of the tournament. HypestTown seed 21 here in top 32. A little bit of an expected matchup, but still possible to go either player's way. First match of top 32, about to get started here, Kyler. What are we gonna see?
You know what? We're going to see some of the nastiest action. When it comes to these players that aren't on that top echelon, you know, your Jackals, your Zombas, all of a sudden, there's a little bit more of this hunger at the locals, at the fusions. And so they pull out some crazy stuff that, you know, that risk you might not always see. Sometimes it ain't about showing off, hey, I can be this precise and I can make sure I'm always doing the optimal stuff. Instead, they're like, hey, I'm going to get nasty.
And speaking of getting nasty, Kyler, we might be in store for an upset. I want to give you a little bit of insight into these two players. CrimsonAbe, right, someone we know well and true with that Joker, HypestTown over on the Wario. Despite their seed differential, though, their lifetime set record is 2-0 in CrimsonAbe's
Oh, what?
favor. Or sorry, not in CrimsonAbe's favor. Sorry, in HypestTown's favor. Yeah, it's 2-0. This is a potential upset.
Okay.
This is potential upset city. That being said, HypestTown also not entered that much. Only 5-2 in the last 6 months, right? Only played 7 total sets in that time before tonight. So, back from a little bit of a break, has the winning record. Down on the seed count, though. Let's get into the action.
I'm interested to see what we got cooking. And, okay, we were just hovering the tank. I got a little curious for a second there. Maybe we'd be seeing something a little bit different, a little bit new.
From Wario to Link, it's a timeline. It's a timeline. The timeline! It's coming for you, too!
The new timeline for the Legend of Zelda games. You know what? What can you say? What can you say?
It's coming soon to a transition near you. The Wario to Link pipeline is real, but here and now it's just HypestTown's Wario getting the clapping on here on Small Battlefield. As CrimsonAbe just pushing him all the way to the corner. Both players are trying to vie for that first real advantage state. Abe's gonna find it, but unfortunately, that one is gonna get away from you.
Yeah, no, just getting a little too aggressive out there. That is the thing. It can be a little bit difficult to edgeguard Wario, especially when you get so aggressive out there. You're getting caught by that up B. Now, we're going for these up airs. We're really trying to keep the pressure on CrimsonAbe. A little upset about dropping that stock.
I really like the idea to poke with that very that active down tip. Oh, there. Or at ledge. Unfortunately, just not finding his mark. Abe just playing a very disciplined ledge trap game. Baiting with a dash in.
Okay.
The 1-2. Right? Just that 1-2 movement mix. The A1 smash action. Still working good. All these years later.
Hey, you know what? It worked for Ken back in Melee. It works for you now, HypestTown, CrimsonAbe. Either way you want to run it, you better be ready to throw it out. Now, we got the down throw, the forward air. Look at this, getting the aggression with that down air, unable to find the spike, and instead, we got HypestTown coming through, getting the aggression in here. CrimsonAbe. Oh, we footstool. You know what? Stock one. You might have cheesed me out. This time, I'm going to go ahead, snatch it up. I'm up now, baby.
Yeah, Wario with a look of surprise as he spins down to the blast zone, but HypestTown now out of the woods yet. Gonna use that noggin, the false flash, gonna give Abe one more chance though, and you can make all the difference. Dude, the down dunk and the track down, that's just disgusting.
Beautiful. I mean, hey, this might be an Arcadian, but that's that peak level play that you expect to see from someone who's really on the come up. Look at that. That tomahawk grab too, but you know what? HypestTown swinging out. He's got full waft. All he's got to do is get this stock.
That tomahawk auto was gorgeous too, because you saw him auto cancel the air to set it up, right? Just the option select from him was absolutely gorgeous as he's finding these cross-ups left, right, and center, keeping HypestTown guessing on the mix, and he just hasn't been able to commit with the confidence. They're using the bike to cause him on the hitbox extension, pulling out all the stops, but just can't close it out. HypestTown finding a way to hold on. Jin, he is giving himself every chance to find this last stock scenario right now.
He wants it. He needs it. He is feeling it. Look at that. That Nair not going to do too much, but here, we got the bike getting thrown out, but that ain't going to be enough. We got the F tilt. Look at that. CrimsonAbe feeling it too, understanding the amount of pressure that was building up in that set, the same way that gas was building up for the Wario. Now, going into this game number 2, what adjustments do you want to see here from HypestTown?
Want to see him play a little bit more confidently more than anything, right? Like, we saw a lot of options where he just wasn't quite sure of where some of these pacing mix-ups were coming from CrimsonAbe, and it just felt like he was getting caught by the cross-ups a lot. He was getting caught by some very simple timing mix-ups a lot, and because he just wasn't quite trusting. Okay, this is when I think he's gonna come in at me. This is when he's gonna try to mix me up, and as a result, just wasn't quite committing soon enough.
Well, now going in, can we see the commitments? Can we see the game plans shift into HypestTown's favor? Of course, the set record might be there, but CrimsonAbe showing a little bit of a different story, even despite that unlucky first stock for him. Now, already starting with the aggression. We don't want to let that Wario build up any tension with the waft. Instead, we're going to go ahead, keep the pressure rolling. I love this. The gun, the side Bs, trying to shut down the aerial play, but instead, HypestTown breaking on through. We're getting the reads. We got 47 on deck.
Dude, all of a sudden, HypestTown is just coming out of the gate swinging. He is setting up some really disgusting frame traps, waiting, just catching CrimsonAbe with some of these off-kilter extensions. Even still, though, Abe with that Arsene online, gonna fight a way back, and with just a couple hits, can even this game up. HypestTown has done so much work, but has to be careful to not let it slip away. The grab pushing to ledge, gonna lock in the advantage state, do just that, let the timer tick down, but with such little meter yin, you can do so much damage.
Absolutely. When Big Brother comes to town, you better be worried because, man, can he rack it up. That being said, even without a Joker, still a mad menace. 90% there coming in from the A-Hop, but you know what? We breaking on through with that Nair. Classic tool of Wario's covering so much space, and now we're just playing it nice and patient. Look at that. HypestTown not trying to go ahead and overextend. That being said, CrimsonAbe finding his way on in, gets the grab, the back throw, bike in hand. Can we go ahead and shut down the edge guard? No, sir. Instead, HypestTown breaking on in, gets a little bit of healing from the bike part, but now we got him off stage. Can we seal it?
Hey, just watch it. Watch this here from CrimsonAbe. Watch the weights. Watch the patience in each one of these decisions. Even though his landing's gonna get caught out, right? He picked a really safe idea. Throw that rising back air, set that center, that interior corner of the platform. Unfortunately, HypestTown caught the landing out going to the next stock. Even still, it's a safe trade. Now, Abe down, trying to find the way to close it out with Arsene online. If he can find the stock here, it sets him up perfectly to go into the second stock situation.
The one worry, though, is that full waft. We have hit past that 5 minutes. Look at that. He is blinking with them blinding lights, and he is ready to go ahead and send it with a showstopper. Just got to find it. 81, 89. Look at this. He is putting on the pressure right now.
Yeah, that pivot grab missing from CrimsonAbe, just unfortunately dropping the advantage state, able to pick it back up here though, and this is going to give him a huge opening. Arsene gone means that there's just a little bit more work to do, but being past 100, you're not going to worry as much about this waft anymore. That is likely something we're going to see HypestTown saving for the last stock. Unfortunate though, with the drag down, you cannot be dropping those mistakes if you want to seal this one out.
Yeah, there is just that little bit of a timer before you could go ahead and grapple once more if you have gotten hit, and unfortunately CrimsonAbe not being ready to wait that out. Now though, trying to go ahead, play it safe, doesn't want to rack up too much damage because otherwise, we know what's gonna happen, alright? It's one down special away from being game number 3. Now, the pressure, looking for the forward air. This is looking tight right now as Bro is fishing for the claps.
Bro, just the sliding up tilts were so clean to find the approach. Or he rode that move all the way to the bank like it was launch ultimate, my friend. Post nerfs, still possible, just a little bit tighter. And that up tilt wall going to lock in the game 3. CrimsonAbe looking for his CrimsonAbe looking for his first set over HypestTown. Can he find it here, or is HypestTown gonna come back in this game 3?
I will say
it all away.
I love the patience and execution from HypestTown. Understanding that, you know what, I'm not quite feeling comfortable with that up air, but every single other person knows that I'm wanting to rip that waft. And so he is going to air dodge. He's going to hope and pray that I miss the execution. And I'm just going to go ahead and get the call out for that. That's that kind of day 2 readiness that you got to have if you're wanting to take these sets. Now, we're going to be seeing a little bit of a wider stage. This could be good and bad for both sides. On the one hand, you get a lot more space as Wario to build up that waft, take that time, and utilize it to its fullest. On the other hand, though, for Crimson, you also go ahead and get that gunplay. You get to shut out a lot of that aggression. Wario has to be up close. He is a brawler, and so you can maybe shut him out with the knife, with the gun, but instead, you ain't shutting him out here. Already, Hypest coming on through 61%, and he is still not slowing down.
I really like that point, Ian, about the disjoint, right? Being something that you can use to your advantage as Joker. It may not be the biggest hitbox, but it's still a lot bigger than what Wario brings to the table, especially with that gun in the mid-range as well. It's going to be really important to counter this superior air mobility that Wario can really bring to the table to catch these landings if you're not careful. Right now, it's just been HypestTown controlling the platform early here on the biplat. Now, though, it's CrimsonAbe's turn to just keep him floating up high.
Now, we're looking at a possible stock here. He's setting up the bike. I love that. Going to go ahead and extend the back air. But you know what? Crimson saw that. He was ready, and he's getting the gun. Shutting up the stock nice and early. At this point, that is a bit of a problem for Hypest. But you know what? We are still on deck. We get the bite. Not quite going to kill. A little bit too far away from those blast zones. But still, 161, 168. A couple of random raw hits could definitely do it here.
And now, though, I love these just aggressive jumps, HypestTown. Unfortunately, though, just playing it a little safe, fast falling there a little too early, and that's going to give CrimsonAbe the time to just lock down some of these descent times from Wario. Oh, right, he's got that air mobility, but still not the fastest vertical. Right, still not the fastest ability to get away vertically if that Joker is sharking you with the right position. And right now, HypestTown, though, able to bait it by just not pushing those aggressive swings, find the stock, keep this one close, but that's a lot of ground he's got to close with the percent here.
Patience is key, and patience might go ahead and bring him through as we got full waft here, ready in these second stocks. Now, at this point, do you burn it? Do you go ahead, get that half waft on deck? We haven't really seen Hypest go for that yet, but no way, here we go. Easy full waft, but gets the wrong side, unfortunately for him. Gonna cause a lot of damage and does go ahead and play that catch-up game, but not quite the stock that he was wanting as Arsene is out here ready to play ball. And you know what? Shut it down. I take it back. We ain't playing ball with Arsene today.
That was such a gorgeous cross-up. Setting up the bike, right, to cover the hitbox extension. And unfortunately, CrimsonAbe just SDing there at the end, plummeting to his demise. It's going to be HypestTown going up 2-1 right now. And just like that, Kyler.
Dude.
3-0 lifetime set record, the 21 seed over the 5 seed to start top 32.
Yeah, no, a big part of that just came down to like these upbeats. There were moments where Crimson really wanted to go ahead and push the pressure off stage, both that first stock of game 1 and then that last stock of game 3, where he was really trying to shut it out. But then the one singular hit, and he's put on the wrong side, and that just led to the stocks being dropped. Look at this, though. This conversion right here, just the readiness. All right, we got the bike in hand. Can we go ahead and shut it out? Easy. Throw it out there, and now you're locked on this platform. There ain't nothing you're going to do. You're done. You're done there. Just an F tilt away from the game, right?
Yeah, dude. I was really impressed by some of the discipline we saw on some of these recoveries from both players. Even though CrimsonAbe just was the one who came up short, I really liked some of the routes we saw him take when he did have the opportunity to find ways back, and HypestTown really did get a lot of mileage out of making him work just a little bit harder for some of these disadvantaged states and just doing a really good job of forcing these awkward situations, forcing so many buffered air dodges. Yes, they're SDs. Yes, they're forced errors, but HypestTown put CrimsonAbe in more situations than most to make those mistakes. Right? And it was clearly a part of his game plan going into the set.
You know, ultimately, you just got to be ready to pull that trigger and shut him out at all times, and that's what happened. I do love that gun there, though. Having the recognition that, hey, Bike is out of the way. He's got a lot of horizontal space to make up. I can go ahead, pop that gun, catch that recovery, nice and early. Now here, we got some of that aggression, that down throw. I love the chance that he tried to take there. If that platform wasn't there, you would have seen the Bike come back down and likely hit Crimson after that down throw.
Even still, I mean, he's covering there so that if you drift slightly differently, where you get to cover everything with your back air on reaction because it hits the Bike, it extends the hitbox, and it covers him there. Beautiful, beautiful setup to just cover every option to trap that landing and just wall out so much space. We really saw HypestTown thinking 3 steps ahead with that Bite the whole set long. It's a big reason he came out on top, and it's a big reason he is going to play the winner